What's up YouTube? This is SlayIsland, and today we finished week 5 of the regular season with 6 great games. All 17 teams are fighting for one of the 8 playoff spots. The top 7 teams in the standings are in, and the final spot is given to the winner of the last midseason tournament. But anyway, we got some great games tonight, including a matchup between the 2 top teams in the league, Blazer 5 and 76ers GT. So let's get started. First game, Pacers Gaming taking on Knicks Gaming.
Point, sharpshooting playmaker, Swizzard's at the 2, the pure sharp, Frosty the Truth in the center at the pure rim. Tucker locks up, moves over to the power forward at a rebound athletic finisher, and Gooner is now a pure sharp at the small forward. For the visiting Knicks, at point, Adam the First, who's now 7th in the league in assists. He's a sharpshooting playmaker. Yay not is a shooting guard, a pure sharp. In the middle is Goofy, he's a pure rim. Idris, the GOAT, coming off a triple-double, is the rebounding athletic finisher. And Nate Cal, who had a birthday this week, is a sharpshooting shot creator. Times the charm. Back to Wolf for 3. Got it. On the way up. An easy one for the Goofster.
They're not consistently jumping. If one jumps, one stays grounded.
Tucker reverse jam, makes it
right down towards that dead zone.
Adam. Pacers winless in the regular season. Nate trying to draw a charge of facing by the Pacers though. Oh, behind the back, getting fancy for Frosty. I've seen better. Tucker all alone. Adam lost it. Gives it to Idris. Goes up with 2 hands and makes it count. Gooner back to Tucker. And Tucker gets it blocked. What a block by Goofy. That'll start the break. Adam lays it off to Nate.
Just Cody was a guy very active with the NBA 2K community before the league even started. A whole lot. He's left trailing behind, and in the 2K league build, it's something you honestly don't want to do. It really just comes
over the Swizz. Back down to Frosty. Tucker now. 2 guys on him, don't care. Season. Looking for their first win. And that'll help.
Not to go up with that shot, and that one was a perfect example of one you should.
Goofy reverse jam. Wolf. Gets it back to Tucker, he loses it. Down to Frosty, and he'll punch.
That straight fire and electricity to this Pacers gaming team. It can really start to turn things around.
Idris. Idris. Oh, a follow. Knicks trying to win 2 in a row. Pacers looking for their first win on the regular season. Wolf. Tucker rim to rim. And it up to Gooner. Gets it to Tucker and 1. He's going to go the line with the upper. Tucker's got to be careful. And he gets it blocked by Goofy, but gets it back and scores. Idris. Crouch in defense. Wild dribble moves to
be so far out. Go ahead. If you want to take that mid-range shot, you can. So they try to come down for the double to get the help.
Frosty takes the lead once again.
At all, live for the 2. That's all you need.
Goofy, mid-range, and he got we had a foul on Idris.
The Pacers get their first win of the season as they come back and beat the Knicks 67-63. The Knicks had the lead all game long, but after a massive 4th quarter collapse, they're now sitting at 2-4. The Pacers made several changes in their lineup going into this game. They moved Wolf to point guard, put Gooner on a pure sharp, put Tucker at power forward, and Frosty at center. These were great adjustments, as Wolf gave them their best point guard play to date, and Tucker locks up dominated at power forward, putting up 33 points and 10 rebounds. Now looking at the side of the Knicks, the problem for them this game was they were way too one-dimensional. Their big men put up 36 shots to only get them 36 points, and they didn't make a 3 all game long. Moving on to our next game, we have Celtics Crossover taking on Bucks Gaming.
It's Drake. He's going to be a sharpshooting playmaker. Peroxide at the 2, the pure sharp. Larry in the middle, the pure rim protector. He's got some family in town. Big Meek at the power forward athletic finisher. And STL is going to be at the pure sharp. He's going to be at the small forward. On the other side, the visiting Boston Celtics Crossover Gaming. They had a good run in the turn, but now they got to get back to the regular season where they're just 2-3. Fab at the point. He's a sharpshooting playmaker. Speedbrook back in the lineup. He's at the shooting guard, a pure sharp. Arsenal in the middle, the pure rim protector. Mel at the 4, the rebounding athletic finisher. And Profusion at the small forward. He's going to be the pure sharp shooter.
Now where I see Drake going to point guard, I see Larry down low. This is where I start to think you're going to.
Fab now. Back out to Speedbrook. And he puts in the triple. Meek! Oh my! Mel East down. I repeat, we got seconds for the C's. Profusion. Big shot. Bucks trying to get back into it. Peroxide goes green. Facing Blazer 5 in the finals and got taken behind the woodshed. First turnover of the game. Out in transition is Speedbrook. Peroxide from deep. Got it.
Start getting like those step back moves, and he was getting open shots. He was consistently hitting those.
Fab. Up top to Peroxide. Catch and shoot. Yes, sir. Big possession. Drake. This time he makes. Arsenal two-hand jam. At point. Fab. Oh, hello, Arsenal. Point game. And STL. Fab now, 6 to shoot. Mel East.
Hitting those on a consistent basis.
Trying to run that pick and roll, but Larry's not even rolling. This next couple possessions. Drake for 3. He's wide open.
So you just need to start to get some more consistent stops really from both sides.
And STL, it's a triple. Meek on the run again. Clear the runway. And that's what Fab do. 18 assists for hit. It was a double screen by Larry. Fab steps back, dagger. Speedbrook. Yeah, it's over.
The Celtics beat the Bucks 84-65 to get their record to 3-3. But this Celtics team is a lot better than their record shows. Last weekend, they made it all the way to the tournament finals, and they continued their momentum with a big win here. This Celtics team is right on the edge of being one of the best teams in the league, but they're missing one thing, and that's Fab shooting. Once again, Fab shot awful, 4 for 13 and 1 for 7 from 3, but they're so good at everything else, they still managed to win by nearly 20 points. They out-rebounded the Bucks 27-15, and they're one of the best fast break teams in the league. I think this team has found their groove midway through the season, and I'd be very surprised if they don't make a playoff push. Now looking at the Bucks, this loss brings them to 1-4 on the season. They decided to move their first round pick Drake back to point guard, and he played well as he finished with 14 points and 16 assists, but he struggled shooting the ball. And like I said earlier, they were killed on the glass as they were out-rebounded by 12. The Bucks have a doubleheader this week, so later in the day they have a matchup versus the Magic, and this is a must-win. They don't want to start the season 1-5. Moving on to our next game, Pistons GT taking on Cavs Legion.
Their starting 5. Savage at the 1. He's a sharpshooting playmaker. Toxic is at the 2. And the pure sharp got a 2K in the middle at the pure rim. Sick is at the power forward, a rebounding athletic finisher. And turn up defense is a pure sharp at the 3. For Pistons GT, they come in 4-1. They're 5-1 on the road. And let's meet their starting 5 here for today's matchup. It's going to be I'm so far ahead at the point. He's got some family in the building. Rux is at the shooting guard. He's a pure sharp. Joseph in the middle at the pure rim. Ramo at the power forward. He's a rebounding athletic finisher. And Insanity is at the pure sharp.
Getting everybody involved.
And his career high, his first time out, 22 points. And there's a try. Working against so far ahead. Gets it to Sick.
Find a little bit of space and went straight up with the shot.
Back-to-back buckets for the Cavs. They take the lead, but Ramo right there throws it away. So far ahead on the break. And once again, he gets an easy one. The Ramo for so far ahead. In the dead zone and one. Station as well. A win for Cleveland would mean, you know, you're
fourth. I mean, this is where I think you can kind of credit to the archetype.
Really gave him a beat down. And a big time jam.
He left that one open if he would have stayed there, but how often do you really see guys stay there? Not a whole lot. And there, just jump. I mean, at that point, like, what are you really trying to do? You're not going to block just by holding up the right stick.
The whole for 10 now for the Cavs. Back to so far ahead. You got the heat indicator, my friend. Sick. And one.
Well, starting to do some damage down low. Keep getting that going. But then again, Mr. Do-It-All is on so far ahead in that quarter. We'll see if he can try to transition it.
Ramo steps in front, takes it away, and rocks Church. By the way, can we get some people on the bench over there? Can we get an Adam over there? I mean, this is probably the most missed free throws we've had in a... Gives it to Joseph.
Everything's kind of played out. 3-second calls have been called a lot.
Oh my. A lot of 3-second calls, a lot of just sloppy play. And a big game winner. Oh my, let's get it, Ramo. Back the other way, this could be an easy two. Nice job getting back and so far ahead. 6 for 3. What are we doing?
The Pistons get the victory over the Cavs 57-50 to improve to 4-1. The Pistons have been struggling the last few weeks, as in week 4 they lost by 20 points and they were knocked out the first round of the tournament, but this was a huge bounce back win led by their defense that forced 15 turnovers. The Cavs, on the other hand, are now sitting at 3-3. Like most people projected, Savage was back at point guard and Hood was back on the bench. But in this game, Savage did not look like the player we saw earlier in the season. He struggled all game long, finishing with only 7 points, 5 turnovers on 3 for 9 shooting. In a low-scoring game like this, the Cavs could have used Hood's scoring ability. There has to be some way they can get him in the game. Keep Savage at point guard and move him to small forward. Do something. Now let's move on to the game of the night. The two best teams in the league, Blazer 5 taking on 76ers Gaming Club.
Is a pure sharpshooter in the middle. It's Steez as a pure rim protector. Feast is at the power forward. He's a sharpshooting rim protector. And Nudini is going to be a sharpshooting shot creator. So already a change there for the 76ers Gaming Club. On the other side, the team from Portland. Blazer 5-0. That's right. They're 5-0 in the league. They're at the top of the standings. Let's meet their starting five. Mama, I'm that man at the point. Sharpshooting playmaker Grant Monster at the shooting guard. He's a pure sharp. Walnut in the middle. The pure rim protector. And that boy shots at the 4. He's going to be a rebounding athletic finisher. And finally, at the 3, a pure sharpshooter, lavish phenom, coming off of a career high 20 points. So they'll be sure to mark him. He's one of the threats from the outside. How many scoring droughts against? As Nudini with authority. And the game of the day. Number 1 and number 2 was
on low. At that point, it's just being smart with your shots.
Oh my, speaking of shots.
I think maybe that extra length just to try to contest the shot a little bit. That can hurt them with Nudini.
ZDS, no sir.
It's going to be big to get a bucket here, and Radiant's creating a lot of space with these dribbling moves.
3, and it's good. Gets it to ZDS. And it will be a 3. And he'd have the win over B5. Walnut before the half. Nudini backdoor. 23 shots get stripped again. Up ahead, ZDS. It's 10. You got to call timeout. Gets it to Walnut, and he'll get to the line and 1. Maybe needed one more pass. And Nudini. Shot here. This is a huge possession. Lavish for 3. He got the bounce.
Take one part away from the machine, it's not going to work the same. So going into this halftime, I think it's just big overall to kind of sit there.
Wow. The real 76ers. I hate to say the real, but the parent club
They really dove into a 76ers team dignitas too. That's been a partnership.
That was huge.
Plenty of
Feast. Walnut with the heat indicator and one. Mama. Up ahead to do Didi. It's a dunk fest. Shots. Walnut, two-hand jam. Walnut. Final possession of the quarter if they want it. But they'll take the easy jam.
You don't want that, especially, I guarantee you, at some point in crunch time with Blazer 5, it's going to happen. Hasn't happened all game, but at that point, I bet it will.
Feast finally hits a three. Double now. 11 points, 14 assists. CDS forces that one up. Shoot. Tries to go baseline. Shots with a huge offensive rebound. Comes B5 with a chance to make it a two-possession game. Mama. There's that man. Coming up on a minute to go. Mama, so much confidence.
The Blazers remain undefeated and moved to 6-0 with a 77-69 win over the 76ers. The 76ers had the lead all game long, but the Blazers wouldn't give up, and a strong fourth quarter gave them the victory. Walnut once again showed why he's the MVP of the league, as he put up 31 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. Nobody in the league impacts the game on both sides of the ball more than Walnut, and that's why he's a clear frontrunner for the MVP. After this loss, the Sixers are now sitting at 4-2. All 5 players for the 76ers were in double digits, and that's been their story of the season. All 5 of these guys can flat out play. They didn't shoot great from 3, but overall, they played a great game as a team. The Blazers are just an extremely tough team to beat. Moving on to our next game, we have Cavs Legion taking on Mavs Gaming.
Point guard, he's a sharpshooting playmaker. Ball-like seam at the 2. Dayfry in the middle. At the center, Hansa 2K at the power forward. And DeVillin is going to be at the small forward. He's going to be a pure, sharp shooter. On the other side, the team from Cleveland, Cavs Legion. This is a big game for them. Let's meet their starting 5. First, at the 1, it's going to be Savage, a sharpshooting playmaker. Toxic, he's a pure sharp in the middle. At the center, it's going to be God at 2K at a pure rim. Sick at the power forward, at the athletic finisher. And turn up defense is going to be your pure sharp at the small forward. Yep. So it could be a lot more clear, especially those that are first time viewing into this Mavs team. As Savage. Dimes. Hansa gets it to go. Toxic. Sick.
So whenever play anybody in a video game, they say, oh, Dirk DeCastro's blowing you out.
First, Dimes finds Dayfry on the baseline. It's been their bread and butter this season. But how about Hansa? Got the board. Running rim to rim. There's got a 2K. Dimes in transition now. Seam. This job knocking the
screen. He gets an overlook. There's a good possibility that he can make it. And it's really just been the story of Mavs.
Is Mama on that man is the one leaking out and leading the 3-on-2 break. Where some teams, like you just saw right there by Seam, doesn't jump there. Do you think Sick probably affects the shot?
Honestly, I think it might have.
Working on Dimes. Dimes knocks it away. It's all you, Mr. Boyd.
It's gonna happen.
Turn up. And that'll count. Savage jumps in the passing lane. His head coach, Anthony, know about Hansa is he might have been picked 102, but he's got the confidence of a first rounder. Dimes has got a double-double now, 12 points, 10 assists. Toxic. Dimes on the break, 3-on-1. And he'll take it in himself. He's got working against Savage. Take it away, up ahead. Toxic. Church. Savage. He turns it over. 22 turnovers in this game.
And even seeing the floor, it's like that's almost a guaranteed bucket if you're the center going up against a 6'3". Even if you don't have post scoring in your build, you could.
They have no clue what they're doing. Savage gets it to go. Mavs getting to the set. Feed got it, 2K, and a foul.
When you're holding L2, you try to go into the post. If you get to that side, you can knock it loose.
Sick with a dunk. And he misses a jumper. They take it away. They need a three. You have a timeout and a smart foul. It's a clear path foul. Can't foul. Dimes. Working on Savage. Down to Haza. And he gets his shot blocked by Sick. And the Cavs win. The Cavs win.
The Cavs upset the Mavs 67-66 to improve to 4-3 on the season. Despite Savage's poor performance earlier, he bounced back in this game, putting up 20 points, 16 assists, and 5 steals. And most importantly, he led his team to a victory. The Mavs, on the other hand, made some questionable changes to their lineup. After seeing how successful 2 inside bigs was in the tournament last week, they decided to move Haza to a rebounding athletic. Having 2 inside bigs is going to limit the point guard, and Dimes is their best player. They were playing great and looked like they had the best offense in the league when they were using 3 sharpshooters. I didn't see any reason for them to change this. But moving on, we have our final game of the night. Magic Gaming taking on Bucks Gaming.
1-1 in the turn. Let's meet their starting 5. Control at the 1, a sharpshooting playmaker. Supreme is a pure sharp. Marley in the middle at a pure rim. Cam's at the power forward, athletic finisher, and Manny at the 3, a sharpshooting shot creator. On the other side, the team for the Bucks, they've already dropped 1 today, trying to make it 2. Had some nice games, came up just a tad short. We'll see what they change here in their second matchup. Drake's at the 1, a sharpshooting playmaker. Proxat at the 2, a pure sharp. Larry's in the middle, a rebounding post scorer. And Big Meek is at an athletic finisher, and STL is at a pure sharp. So a rebounding post scorer. That would put them in the playoff picture. They'd be in that top 8. Supreme gets it to go. Only averages 7 points a game, but makes it when it counts. STL, the quick trigger. Shots of the game.
And let's give me some some forever banter with Melma. This man ever says anything to me, I'm just going to cradle up.
Got some good ones this weekend. Drake all alone. Gotta have it, and they will.
The dribble type transition with this base that he has on. We talk about the conspiracy that kind of run into it. It's more.
But then they had a tough time facilitating. Oh my! Marley, there's an announcer jinx on cue. Control bottoms. Knocked away on the way up. Magic in transition. Control. And there is King Cam by Control. Manny back to him. And that goes.
Going to be inconsistent at times.
Final shot of the half is Larry. Right around 50%. Drake. Short, but a rebound by Meek. And he gets the hoop in the arm. Of course, back next weekend. Start it all again. Start next week at 6 o'clock on Friday here Eastern time. Drake with it now. Opportunity to take the lead. Larry's running rim to rim. Knocked away by Drake. All alone. And he'll lay it in. Supreme to Marley. Wide open Supreme. That animation tells me all I need to know. It's good.
While we talk about the archetypes for a lot of these games have been mirror matchups almost, but just overall with how the teams play.
Rebounding post score is the answer to all their problems. Scored 30 plus twice, including 41. Trying to dunk it at the end of the shot clock. No. Up ahead, Peroxide, 2 hands. Cam. Cam, 2-hand jam. Control, 2-man game with Cam. Poor spacing, they skip it across to Marley. And Cam, 1-hand jam. Drake gives it to Meek. Here come the Magic back the other way. They don't need 3. Cam gets it to Manny, back to Control. Supreme will pull the trigger, and we're tied.
There to find Supreme. Perfect shot, catch and shoot in the corner.
And they turn it over. 2-for-1 opportunity, and they turn it right back over. Drake out on the run. And Drake on the break equals 2. Little Saturday night in New York City. And we're in a brawl. Marley can't hit.
The Bucks secure the must-win victory with a 65-60 win over the Magic. They are now sitting at 2-4. Larry decided to use the archetype that had never been used before at center, the rebounding post scorer, and he played very well, putting up 18 points on 9 for 12 shooting. The Bucks have had the toughest schedule in the league so far. Every single team they played is at least 500. From here, the schedule is only going to get easier. And if they can take advantage of it with a few wins, they can be right back in the playoff picture. Now looking at the Magic, this loss drops them to 3-3. And it's their first regular season loss since putting Cam into the lineup. I think the Magic's problem in this game was they didn't get the ball down low enough. King Cam Royalty and Marley only had 21 points, and this is a big man's league. But now, let's look at the regular season standings. We have a clear number 1 team, and that's Blazer 5, but the next spot is up for grabs. The Pistons, the Jazz, the Mavs, and the 76ers are all fighting for that number 2 spot, and currently the Pistons have it with a 4-1 record. The regular season continues next week with Week 6. You can watch these games live on the NBA 2K League's Twitch page. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.